Hi everyone, KiraKira here, and today is the start of a new series. The series is going to be about Jun, because she is my main character, and be focused more on how to approach certain matchups with Jun, so giving you advice on what to do, what not to do. Also, I want to talk about her combos, so how to maximize your war carry, or if the war is too close, how to maximize your damage with less carry. And in the end, also do videos about her Oki, like how to set up a cross-up Oki, for example, or just like how to get the 50-50 after with your low hit smash, for example. So yeah, I hope you guys will enjoy those kind of videos, and yeah, let's get started. I'll be breaking down this video in several parts. First, I will do a general overview about those two characters, so Jun and Alisa, and how to play in this matchup. Then I'll say what makes Jun good against Alisa. Then I will give you guys 3 things to do against Alisa, and 3 things to never do as Jun against Alisa. And then to finish, I'll give you guys some advice or the 3 golden rules against Chenso. Stay until the end because there's gonna be a 4th golden rule against Chenso that only applies for some character and specifically Jun, for example. So let's do a general overview about Jun and Alisa. Both characters are really defensive. They are really poke heavy characters and they like, to move around and with punish and punish a lot. Alisa has far superior movement, which makes it so she can maneuver around Jun's moves or pokes better. But Jun's punishment makes it so if she blocks well, she is rewarded really well. They are both a bit lacking in offense, even though in this game Alisa got Chenso chip damage. But even then, her approach stays really linear and the same. So knowing that, I think Jun has 2 options to play the matchup. The first one is to be really defensive. If you trust your defense as Jun, and you think you can block the lows and punish Alisa's offense, then the risk and reward is better for you, because if Alisa hits you with a down 4, it's gonna be 12 damage. While if you block it, you get the full crouch down for one, which nets you 36 damage. Being defensive also makes it so you deal with Alisa's worst part, so her weakness, which is the offense, and it's the safest bet to do. The second one is if you trust your offense and timing more, you can try to bully her and make her not able to step, because Jun has really a lot of homing moves, like down forward 3, forward 4. And her pokes are also tracking really well, so something like back to 2, standing 4. They all track a certain way to make it so Alisa is not able to move around that much. In my opinion, option 1 is the best when played against Alisa, because her offense is way easier to deal with than her defensive tools. But if an Alisa player is really defensive and knows to take her time against Jun, you need to be able to switch and become a way more aggressive player as Jun, and that's when the second option enters. So what makes Jun good at countering Alisa? Jun is one of the only privileged characters to be able to not deal with low-high mix-ups in this game. In this case it's for Alisa down 4, so no matter if Alisa finishes her low string or not, you can always full crouch down forward 1 if you block the first hit. Which makes it so, her low is way less carry. It makes it so you can also capitalize on it by tons of damage. A regular character would get only a crouch jab, which would be 5 damage, 7 on a counter hit, while I'm here with my full crouch down forward 1 getting more than 30 damage and a war splat too. The second reason Jun is good against Alisa is Alisa's offense, when she needs to do a comeback or something, except for pokes, are based on grey health damage, so she's gonna do running 2, tons of Chenso move, and as you can see here, Jun has tons of chip damage that can be recovered. But she is a character that can heal super well, like one sidestep 4 and you heal already 4 damage, and then you can just heat smash on block and you healed 16 damage. So if you pop heat later than your opponent, or if you have tons of grey health as Jun, you can, just come back by recovering that health a lot. Grey health is like one of the most important resources for Jun. The third reason why I think Jun is good against Alisa is that our pokes tracks really well. So even though our top move is back 2, for example, and it's used against someone stepping to the right, even if she steps to the left, you can catch her, and you can use it with standing 4, and down 4 to mix it. So you have like one mid, one high, one low to mix it. She is gonna have to commit to a sidewalk to beat those moves, and Jun has really good access to forward 4 and down forward 3 against people that loves to sidewalk. So in the end, you can lock her down really easily to force her to play in the more 2D games against you. So now 3 things you should do against Alisa as Jun. The first thing is always punish down 4 with full crouch down forward 1. It's like by far your best punish, and you can option select the follow-up like this. But if by chance she hits you and you think she's gonna do down forward 4, which is her best pull by far as a mid, Jun is able to crush it with forward 2, so feel free to use that if an Alisa player uses down forward 4 way too much against you. So the second thing any Jun player should do against Alisa in the matchup is to go to the left when you're at range against Alisa. Alisa is the kind of character who will do while running mix-up to approach you a lot, and all those moves are really weak to the left. So if you sidewalk left or sidestep left, you will be able to evade them. So you can go left against while running 2, you can go left against while running 3-4, you can go left against FF1 plus 2, but be wary because Alisa players, if they have a read, they will really often use up forward 1 plus 2 to limit your movement, so sometimes going to the left and ducking is the good answer. The third thing Jun should do against Alisa is to deal with forward 2. Forward 2-1 is really strong because it's only -12, but Jun gets a good punish on it. Even if Jun gets a good punish on it, the forward 2 has many mix-ups. It's -4 and Alisa can go to the right and do a mix-up afterwards. So what Jun players should aim to do is to try to read if she is going to do a follow-up or not after her forward 2. And if you think she is never going to finish forward 2-1, to do forward 2 to try to catch the sidestep. You have to precisely do forward 2-1 plus 2 because it will always catch both sidestep at -4. Even though Alisa is -4 only and she could do down forward 4, which is 12 frame, and beat our forward 2, if we play properly and wait a tiny bit before doing our forward 2, we are able to crush a down forward 4 in that scenario too, which makes it so she cannot really check us, because down forward 1 would trade with our forward 2 in that situation. Those are the 3 things you should do as a Jun against Alisa in the matchup. Don't let her get away with her while running mix-up, don't let her get away with her forward 2 or her down 4, and with that you should be able to get good advantage on the matchup. So now 3 things Jun players shouldn't do against Alisa in the matchup. The first one is, after full crouch down forward 2, which is only 0 on hit, please do not try to do another full crouch down forward 2 or while standing 2. Alisa has access to a 12 frame move, which is down forward 4, which will counter hit you if you try to use any of those moves. So if you think she's gonna do down forward 4, please instead use full crouch down forward 1 while standing 4, or just walk to the direction you think you can walk to. The second thing Jun players shouldn't do versus Alisa's is to let them go into crouch and freeze in front of them. Alisa full crouch game is really strong, but even though it is really strong, it's also quite slow, and we have access to good mid pokes like down forward 1, back 2, to make it so Alisa's cannot stay crouched for too long. If you have a good read on it, feel free to use your can and counter hit it, because it's really fast and you know you will go under the lower too. So yeah, use your can whenever you see her go into crouch too often. But if the Alisa is using while standing 3-3 a lot as her main mid poke, feel free to use forward 2 to go under the mid and punish her for it. We are like one of the rare characters that can option select the mid and the low, so feel free to forward 3 every time you block while standing 3 until they start blocking after it. The third mistake Jun players can do is to pop heat way too early against Alisa. except if heat will give you access to a mix-up to kill your opponent or to carry to the wall. I don't think it's worth to use heat against Alisa that early. It's better to keep it so that you can recover any grey health that is recoverable. Alisa in heat with Chenso will deal so much chip damage that it's better to keep it and use it right after she spent everything, like in this sequence here. You can see that I lost so much HP, but tons of it is recoverable, so popping heat and then either poking or hitting a heat smash will put me back in the game afterwards. So like I said, grey health is one of the most important resources for Jun, so use heat properly to recover that resource. And that was it for the 3 things you should do and the 3 things you shouldn't do against Alisa. There are 3 golden rules to deal with Alisa and Chenso. The first one is down jabbing. You should always down jab against Alisa Chenso when you feel like she is gonna do either a high or a move that is slow. So any Chenso move that isn't Des 1, after transition you can always down jab everything. So in this situation here, just down jab because you feel like the high is coming. The second rule is, if you feel like the Alisa is gonna do the Chenso mid, which is a stab, the Chenso 1, you should always try to sidewalk to the left. It will make it so the move whiffs and you can whiff punish her like super easily right afterwards. For the third rule, it is to backdash if you feel like she's gonna do Chenso forward 1+2 into another one. Chenso forward 1+2 being really plus, you don't feel like mashing too much because Chenso 1 is gonna hit you and she can start using her homings too. So backing off in case she does another one and forcing her to approach you again is the best decision as a Jun player. It will make it easy for you to punish her too doing that, so take advantage of it. Jun also has a 4th golden rule that is written nowhere, which is after blocking Chenso forward 1+2, you're allowed to use Ken. The main reason is, even if she did a mid or a high, everything that will happen at worst is a float, and that float will deal to you like 5 damage. And resets neutral, so Alisa has to approach you again with Chenso in her hand. And movement in Chenso is way worse, so abuse that as a get out of free jail card. If Alisa hits you with Des 1, it's also good if you feel like she is gonna do the dive to hold forward and do a get up for it, cause it's gonna punish her and remove her Chenso, giving you also plus frames. So in this position, if you get hit, hold forward and use a get up for it. So yeah, that sums up this first video. I hope you guys learned something about how to play Jun against Alisa. And if you have any other matchups you want me to cover, how I approach them, please feel free to comment, subscribe, and tell me just which character you would prefer me to cover next time. Alright, thanks everyone for watching.